What's going on, YouTube? It's Andy the ParrotHead Picker coming at you today with another edition of Making Money Monday. I believe this is volume 40. It's my eBay sales update for past 2 weeks. I think today I'm going to share like 30 items with you guys. Typically, I usually like to keep these at about 20 items, that I sell like over the course of the past week. But I didn't get one out last week, so I'm just going to make this one about 30. Trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter. And busting through them a little bit faster. That way, I'm not rambling on and on. But anyway, for those of you who haven't seen me before, maybe this is your first time watching me. I am a part-time eBay reseller. I do work a full-time job, Tuesday through Friday. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, this is just kind of my side hustle, just a way that I can help put my daughter through some college and make a couple extra bucks and what have you. My main focus is clothing, but during the summer, I love picking up hard goods. That's the fun stuff to sell for sure. But in my area, clothing is definitely more abundant and easier to source and find. So that's why I shifted my focus more towards that. As it is starting to get a little bit cooler out now, I have noticed the clothing sales have picked up considerably. So you'll see that a little bit more probably in this video. So anyway, yeah, we'll jump into it, and I'll show you some of the stuff I sold here over the past week, and then I'll probably touch on my promoted listings and show you where we are with that. I've been running that now for about 3 weeks, and I've been doing considerably well. So I'll share that screen with you guys also. Anyway, we'll jump into it, guys. All right. First up, I sold this Mizuno snapback trucker hat. I love picking these things up. I've been snatching up hats like crazy wherever I find them. They're super cheap, super lightweight. They ship first class. You can usually get them for $1 or less. This one even had the hat liner on the inside, or I don't know. It's like a piece of cardboard. I've been finding these actually quite a bit. Anyway, it just kind of helps keep the hat shape and what have you. So yeah, that one for $19.99, free ship. Next, sold this Tommy Bahama double extra large. Love picking up 2XL. I would have kept this shirt for myself, but the sleeves were just a little bit short. Really nice shirt, linen. Always pick up linen, especially in your higher end brands. Linen always sells well. This one here, like I said, it's a long sleeve. And this is just some of the pictures of my item. I don't know if you guys tuned in last night and caught the reseller 6-pack show that was on Tonya Thrifty Treasures channel. If you guys haven't, go over to Tonya's channel, check that out. Maybe I'll put a link to that in the description below here so you guys can check out that video. It was all about clothing sales and what have you. It was a really great show, a lot of engagement just by everybody. And one of the things that came up was photography and stuff like that. How do you pose your stuff? And what have you. So anyway, these are just some of my pictures on how I've been doing stuff. I like to use a mannequin. It just gives it, I think, that that nice 3D effect. You can rotate it and stuff. It's just something a little different than doing the flat lays. But yeah, these are just pretty much how I tend to do a lot of my photos. Just so you can kind of see everything. Then the tag, and then I usually always include. I know some people put like how you measure your stuff like in their listings or whatever. A lot of times I just stick it right here in my photo thing, so that way you can see how I do my measurements, what have you. But anyway, let's see what our next item is. All right, sold this Garmin GPS. This is a really old school Garmin. It's a Nuvi 40. It doesn't have the lifetime maps, but it had the box. I showed it powered on, working. That it's tested and what have you. It had a mount and all the cables and everything like that. This thing went for $34 plus I charged them $5 for shipping. I can't remember. Yeah, I think this did go. This came in just over £1. So out of my pocket, I think I might have spent maybe an extra $1.50 to ship this. But you know, I think I picked this up for like $2 at a garage sale. So really happy with that find. Yeah, if you guys find these old Garmins and stuff like that, they do sell. They sell for some halfway decent money. And yeah, I can't believe people still use these things. I always thought that everybody pretty much just uses their phone anymore, or you know, GPSs are just built right into your vehicles, but I guess not. So, and this thing sold in just a couple days. So I mean, it sold relatively quick. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes out for Garmin's. Sold this just nice Harley Davidson sweater. Been selling a lot of sweaters and pullovers, heavier items. You know, fall's coming and what have you, so people I guess are stocking up on those. Actually, the individual that bought this also bought one other item from me, and I think I have that featured in here as well. I think that was one of the items I did select. So this was $36.99 plus made the buyer pay shipping on this. You guys know I love selling Harley stuff. You know, always sells well, and I usually get a pretty decent price for it. Oh yeah, this was it right here. The gentleman actually bought this lot of Harley patches. This patch right here, this 74 patch, that patch alone goes for some pretty decent money. If you look this up, I believe type in like Harley 74 patch, you guys will see this. This patch goes for some pretty decent money. These were all unused. They haven't been you know, used or whatever. I sold those for $23.99. Actually, I think I sold those for $20 because I just did combined shipping with the gentleman that bought the sweater. Figured, you know what, I'm not out anything. These are super lightweight. I was able just to stick them right in the padded flat rate bubble mailer with his other stuff, and these were super small. So yeah, but just you know, just a really nice little variety of Harley Davidson patches. So you know, it's one of those things where you know, someone comes to your store, looks around, and they start clicking on different items, and yeah, so you end up getting another nice sale off of that. So so these here, there's just some Canon photo paper. I picked these up, I believe, at a garage sale or Goodwill. These are new sealed. I think I paid 50 cents or $1 a pack for these. So, I mean, you know, nothing crazy. I got $17.49 out of those. You know, not a home run by any means. We were talking about brands last night on the Reseller Six Pack Show, and you know, like I said, there are so many brands out there, and just like nothing was coming to my mind. This brand right here is a great brand. It's probably the third one that I found. I just do not find this in my area at all. And actually, this one I did not find in my area. We were on vacation a few weeks ago over in Indiana, and I stopped at a couple Goodwills over there, and I found this shirt over there. But this is Southern Tide. It's just a really nice long sleeve button front shirt with the checks, and they'll usually always have the I believe they call this guy here a skipjack. Oh, what the heck just happened? It's the little puffer fish or whatever you want to call it, but I believe it is. Yeah, they call him a skipjack. Let me see if I can really, if I can. Can't zoom in on anymore. But like I said, this is just kind of how I do some of my photos. This is what the tag looks like. What have you? Really nice shirt. I believe this sold just a couple days of me listing it, so it sold relatively fast. $29.99 free ship. So guys, definitely keep an eye out for Southern Tide. It's another really good brand, kind of like a Vineyard Vines. Those two kind of go hand in hand. Vineyard Vines is another great brand to look out for. One I rarely ever run across. This one here is a really decent brand too. I sold, I believe, one of these in my last sales update video. This is Ex Officio, just a regular double extra large, I guess like an outdoor type shirt. Kind of like along the lines of like a Columbia PFG. This one had a couple little spots on it, and it still got $24.99 out of that, so not too bad there. Ex Officio is really a good brand to look out for. Another hat I ended up selling. This was new with tags. This is a National Wild Turkey Federation hat. This went to the Global Shipping Program. You know, just a different type of hat, I guess. Didn't really see a whole lot of these out there, so you know, just one of those deals that I probably could have asked a little bit more money for it, but you know, I just wanted to turn it and burn it. This is one of them Ralph Lauren, you know, bread and butter items. This is a flannel shirt though. You know, fall's coming and what have you, so been stocking up on the flannel and you know, the heavier items and stuff like that. You know, that stuff's going to really start moving now. You know that the weather's starting to change. Got $29.99 on that. Not too bad for. And this one here actually was like a lightweight flannel, I believe. So it still come in under the 1 pound mark, so I was able to ship that first class. This here was my last pair of golf shoes. Just a pair of FootJoy Dry Joys. Really nice shoes. You can tell I did these out on the lawn. I think I had about 4 or 5 pairs of these I actually did in my lawn. Just something different, make my photos stand out a little bit, and made for good lighting. But I got what, $27.99 out of those, plus charged buyer $10 shipping, and I think I paid $1 or $2 for these at a garage sale. I've probably picked up a dozen golf shoes over the course of the summer, and like I said, this one here is probably my last pair. I've even sold some metal spike ones. I think I sold a pair of E-Tonics and a pair of FootJoys, kind of the old, and I don't even think those are legal anywhere, but maybe they have some collectability or what have you, and they went for some pretty decent money. So, I guess whether they're plastic spike or metal spike, I will show you what these here are the plastic spike. So you can just kind of get an idea what those look like there, and those are you can remove. They just pop off, and you can replace them. All right. This here's a brand I've never picked up before, but I just liked it because it was cool looking. This is Ron Anderson I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, Kahala. Just a really cool Hawaiian shirt. It was extra large, but it's nice and bright. These aren't, I'm not a big fan of these pictures here, but you can still tell. I bought this different backdrop just to help cut out some of my editing time. You can see like with this one, I popped the background out on here so where it's all nice and bright, but that one went pretty quick. I've been doing it now where I'm popping it out on the insert. I've been putting insert photos in all my lead pictures. Just like I said, something different. Just so my stuff stands out a little bit more from somebody else. But anyway, I got a $24.99 free ship out of that shirt. This is a really cool shirt. This here is an Allen Iverson, like a Reebok. If you guys don't know who Allen Iverson is a NBA basketball player. Anyway, this here is a football jersey. I think he has like a line of. I know this is like his own line of clothing. This is what the tags look like. Yeah, it's all the I3 stuff right here. But anyway, I believe he's got like hockey jerseys and some other stuff. It's got Iverson on the back and what have you. So really cool jersey, just something different. It just kind of popped and stood out to me. So this is just something I picked up. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. It was super cheap. And would that go for $29.99 free ship? So another great item there. This here just really nice LL Bean shirt. This was in that big LL Bean haul I had here a while back. I don't know how many LL Bean shirts I got, but they pretty much averaged out to about 70 cents a shirt. At $24.99 out of that. So really nice return on a 70-cent investment. But it's just wrinkle resistant and what have you. All right, this here is a great item. I just picked this up today. I want to thank John, the Cincinnati Picker, for turning me on to tennis rackets. And I had another individual, and for the life of me, I cannot think of what his name is. I want to. Man, it's killing me, and if I do think of your name, I will give you credit for it. I'll put it in the video somehow or whatever. But yeah, it definitely told me about tennis rackets. And this here brand is Babolat, I believe. These here are amazing. I sold this racket in about an hour or two of me listing it. I listed it for $69.99 and it charged buyer shipping on it. Actually, it was way easier to ship than I thought. I just kind of frankenboxed a couple of the USPS like shirt boxes. I guess that's what I want to call them, like a shirt box, whatever. Just wrapped it in bubble wrap and then packed it with some newspaper and stuff like that. So it was really easy to ship. But this is the Arrow. I kind of did my photo like this too, so you could kind of see, that it was the Pure Drive team. Had the woofer technology, and then it has all the different specs and stuff like that, which I had no idea that tennis rackets now were so high tech. I mean, like I said, it's got the head size, it's all balanced, different weights. the grip size and everything else. So I wanted to make sure I had all those photographed. But yeah, this thing here sold literally, I think in less than an hour. It might have been just a little bit longer, but it was not very long. And I did want to show like the condition of the head, like on the edges, that it was in still pretty good shape. And like somebody else had turned me on to an arrow, and I believe in, like I said, I'm sorry I can't remember who that was off the top of my head, but I definitely want to thank you guys for, point me in the direction of, get me to look at some different items and stuff like that so I can share them all with you as well. But, man, yeah, be checking out tennis rackets. Sold this here Harley mug. I got this, paid $1 for this at a garage sale. Really nice item, it's got the nice 3D, bar and shield logo. It's, got Harley on the inside. It's a really nice mug. Got $24.99 out of that. Free ship. I think this costs about $6.50, $7 to ship. So, I'm in it for about $8. So, not too bad for a coffee mug. There's another Harley item I picked up. This is a really nice hoodie. I got, $40 out of that. Plus, I made the buyer pay shipping. Yeah, really, really nice hoodie. Yeah, this is one of the things I like with having this new mannequin on a base. I can rotate stuff instead of just leaving it flat against the wall, so you can see the shoulders and what have you. But yeah, really nice, and a real tiny little spot on it. So I made sure I highlighted that. Oh, looks like there must have been a little spot on the sleeve. So, like I said, yeah, probably if it wouldn't have had those two spots, this would have been a $50 hoodie, plus the shipping. Most of the heavy items, I usually always charge shipping on, like on jeans, shoes, these hoodies and stuff like that, because that way if I get a return, hopefully I'm not going to have to pay the return shipping on it. I'll just have to refund them their purchase price. So there's another ex officio shirt. This one went for $26.49, double extra large. Really nice shirt. Just like I said, double extra large is great, but you can see how in the back there it's kind of vented. I think I might have even shown that in a photo. Yeah, it's got like the venting in the side, so these are nice, cool shirts. Just really good for hiking, being outdoors, fishing, that sort of stuff. But that's what the tag looks like. Sold this Avion tequila hat. I picked this up, I don't know, maybe about a month or so ago. I think I got this at a garage sale, possibly Goodwill. I can't even remember. It's been just a little while. But this went for $19.99, free ship. Then sold this pair of Clarks. Love selling shoes. Been really getting into picking up more and more shoes, but typically I don't like spending more than about $5 on a pair of shoes. Shoes are heavy, and I noticed I did not charge shipping on these, so I must have got these shoes for probably $1 or $2 for me to eat the shipping on this, because usually shipping runs in the $7 to $10 range. So if you guys are selling shoes, you definitely want to take that in mind, that shoes are probably going to go for in that $7 to $10 range. Usually on average, a pair of shoes, shipping weight is about 3 pounds. So just be aware of that. All right, up next, this here was one of my mistakes, and like I said, I'm not going to show you all the big sales and everything else. I know a lot of people do that. You know what? I make mistakes just like everybody else. This one here was one of the duds I'd picked up. For some reason, I thought these kind of like portable keypads. These here are like for laptops. I know like a lot of laptops don't even have these, but it does have two USB hubs on it. It's just like a Targus, like numeric keypad and what have you. I thought these went for a little bit more money than what they did. I paid $1 for it, so it's not like I'm out like a whole lot. It did sell actually relatively quick, but I only got $7.99 free ship. So, I probably made about $2-3 on this. So definitely, just a big, a dud on my part. You know what I'm saying? But what? We all have those, and we got to learn and what have you, and move on. But anyway, at least it did sell, so I didn't lose money on it. So another Harley. This here's double extra large, just kind of like a really nice Henley. Just really nice Henley, and what have you. This is 95 years, so this actually got like a little bit of age to it. I think I paid $1 or $2 for this at a garage sale. Went for $26.49, which is actually a little low. I'm surprised that's where I listed that. But it did make it in under first class, so it wasn't too bad. And it might have been the reason I listed it so low is I had absolutely nothing into this item. Picked these up here just this week. I think these sold in about 2-3 days. This is a second pair of Solomon, kind of like trail hiking running shoes, whatever you want to call them. I've only found one other pair, and the other pair I'd picked up also sold within just a couple days. I never run across this brand, but I do know it is a really good brand and desirable. A 12 is a really good size. And what have you, but yes, these are just some of the pictures I took. Like I said, it's just a regular little hiking shoe, nothing crazy, but you can see it had pretty good treads on it and stuff like that. So I think, as Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, says, got nubs on nubs. But yeah, really nice pair of shoes. And then yeah, we get $39.99 plus made buyer pay shipping. Sold this here to the global shipping program. I think I paid about $5 or $10 for this at a garage sale. Just a really nice camcorder. Showed it that it powers on and what have you. Had all the accessories and what have you. I'd actually picked up this JVC tape at a garage sale or something. I always pick up media and stuff like that. That way that I can take and bundle it whenever I get some obscure piece of electronics or whatever. That way they don't have to go out and go buy a tape right away or whatever. They can immediately start using their product. So this thing here, like I said, this went for $80 plus charge buyer $20 shipping. So basically a $100 sale. It's probably about third or fourth one of these camcorders I've sold this year. It's the only Panasonic, but I think the Sony ones with the night shot or the night vision, I've sold 2 or 3 of them, I think, already this year, and they've both been about $100 bills. So definitely, you guys, when you're out there and stuff like that, these little handy cams and stuff, definitely look them up. And especially if they have the manuals and stuff like that, they're definitely more desirable and what have you. But yeah, don't pass on those. A lot of them are worth quite a bit of money. There's another hat I sold this over the past couple of weeks. This here's Chief Illini wig from Illinois Fighting Illini. This is an older hat as well, but it's in like brand new condition. You can see on the inside there. I usually always try to, when I'm doing hats, I usually always try to do the inside band so you can see that this thing's clean. Doesn't have a bunch of sweat rings and stuff like that. And then this kind of foam is in really good shape and condition. I got $30 out of that free shipping just because this hat here was a little more rare. But yeah, really, really nice hat, and you can tell in the tag this is definitely an older hat. These here pants I sold last night on the reseller 6-pack show while we were doing our thing. I think I had 2 or 3 sales actually last night. I had a pretty good day yesterday. So just regular old Lucky Brand jeans, relaxed boot cut. Just experimenting with some different photos for doing pants. And I'm trying to utilize my backdrop more, so I'm not doing a lot of photo editing. I used to use this as like a lead photo all the time. I was experimenting doing this so you could see the front and the back. I know with guys' pants, a lot of times, I guess I exposed some stuff there. Just a good butt shot is always, decent for doing pants and what have you. But, it's just kind of how I do it. Like I said, I'm always experimenting with photos, guys. When you guys look at my stuff, you'll see that there's not a lot of consistency with my things because I'm always trying to find something that works just a little bit better than what I was previously doing. This is another thing I've been doing quite a bit is I've been picking up Monopoly, themed Monopoly games and stuff like that because you can part the pieces out for actually some pretty good money. This one here, yeah, I just listed it as Monopoly. This is from a Star Wars set, just replacement game pieces. So I had the tokens. I listed all the tokens, basically like the houses and the hotels and the dice. I don't think I had any of the cards listed. Yeah, no, I didn't list any of the cards or anything like that. Yeah, and you guys can see I got $20 for that. So actually, you know what? I think this might have been on sale. I think this might have went for $16.99. I'm not sure, but I know it was still over $15 for sure. And these are super lightweight. They usually ship in that $270 to $260 range. So yeah, don't skip on the Monopoly games and stuff like that. You can just bundle everything together if you want. A lot of times just the figures alone will go for some decent money. Depending on what the set is, sometimes I will just do just the tokens, and then I will put all the houses, hotels, dice, the community chest and chance cards, and like the property cards. I'll put them all together then in a second bundle. So a lot of times it'll be nothing for me to make $30 or $40 out of just parting out some of these games, and you normally, even if the game was complete, you wouldn't get that kind of money because people just want that sort of stuff. So just a little something else for y'all to look out for. Picked this hat up here just the other day. You guys always keep an eye out for the master stuff. I would have normally listed this hat probably about 30 bucks. It's a really nice hat. I believe this is a little bit older, vintage. The only thing is they had cut this strap. So I'm hoping I don't get a return on it. I did write it in the condition that the strap had been trimmed. You can see here it says strap has been trimmed, and I also put it in red lettering in my description. And what have you. So, and I got a big head, so I put down that I'm an extra large. I usually wear an extra large size, like fitted cap. The hat is very tight on me, so if you wear a large or smaller, you should be okay. So hopefully I do not get a return on this. But it's just one of those things. So guys, yeah, definitely keep an eye out for the Masters. Anything with the Masters logo always sells. It usually sells super quick. Yeah, I think I listed this yesterday. This sold, within a few hours of me listing. So, and it even had like some, I'll just call it smuts on the inside here. So you can kind of see it in the, so I had just a little bit of stuff. So definitely not new. It was used. And like I said, this is a little bit older Masters hat from made by American Needle. So, but anyway, yeah, really nice hat there. If you guys watch my Making Money Monday video series, a lot of you guys follow me. Some of you guys follow me pretty religiously. I sold this probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Guy sent me feedback right away. Said he loved it. Man, the jersey was great. Blah 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 blah. About 3 weeks later, I get a return request, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, the gentleman lived in Indiana. I live in Illinois, so the Blackhawks. I didn't actually Google his address, see how close to actually the United Center where the Blackhawks play. How close the guy was, but pretty much about everything about the whole deal. So the guy wore it to the game and then decided to return it because he asked me a bunch of questions about it before I sent it out. He got it, left me great feedback. He was like, "Oh, it's better than I expected. Super fast shipping. I love it." 3 weeks later, "Hey, I need to return this. It doesn't fit." And when I got it back, he'd washed it, and the red had bled. So I had red, it kind of these light creamy spots here and what have you. It had a little bit of, you could tell where the red had bled onto all that. So this thing was definitely not in the same condition it was when it went out. I was going to fight it. I had about nothing into this jersey, and I was like, even though the guy left me really good feedback, it's kind of one of them things, do I want to fight this thing and maybe have this guy change his stuff and what have you? He did pay the return shipping, because this thing costs about $10 to ship. So, because like I said, he just said that it didn't fit. So, like I said, he did pay the return shipping. So I was okay with that. If he would have done an item not described or something like that, I think I definitely then would have fought this. But since he decided to send it back, I knew I would be able to sell it again because it was in really good shape and condition. Even after I got it back, it kind of went through it. The first time around, I believe this went for $59. This one here was $49 plus made buyer pay shipping. And this time, the last time I shipped it in a box. I was actually able to get that in a padded flat rate envelope this time, so saved me about $3 on the shipping end. Excuse me, guys, I'm fighting off the cold again. But anyway, yeah, really nice jersey, Patrick Sharp Blackhawks jersey. So hopefully this thing doesn't come back again. It did go to Illinois, so I think hockey season is over now. I'm not sure. I used to follow Blackhawks pretty religiously, but now it's football season and baseball season's winding down, so I don't even know what the Blackhawks are doing now. Just sold these just a few minutes ago, just before I started doing this video series, so I figured I'd just throw them in here. It's another pair of shoes I just picked up this week. These are just some North Face trail hiking running shoes. Just really nice pair of shoes in really good shape and condition, and what have you. So yeah, I think they got pretty decent soles on. Yeah, they got pretty decent treads and what have you. So yeah, nice pair of shoes there. I did start a 10% off sale, I think today, and it's going to run for about 3 days. So whoever snatched this up just caught that sale this morning. So these here went for $26.99 plus made buyer pay shipping. They also had one more sale, which was a really good sale, and for whatever reason, I cannot get it to load. But anyway, I sold a Hart Schaefer and Marks long wool overcoat, and that thing went for about $64 plus shipping. Yeah, I can't get it to load. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. Okay, we'll talk about promoted listings. Okay, if you guys, like I said, all of you who've been following me and what have you, I started this promoted listings campaign about 3 weeks ago. Really kind of dove into it, see what all, how things were going to go, what all was selling, and what have you. So anyway, these here are my numbers for the past 3 weeks. I started this on August, I believe it was August 25th, August 24th, yeah. So August 24th, I started this on August 24th. Today is September the 18th. So it's been running for about 3 weeks, guys. I have about 479 promoted listings running right now. You can see that I've gotten about 200,000 impressions out of those. I've sold 34 items off of these promotions for just short of $1,000 in 3 weeks. Absolutely incredible, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm just a part-time guy, but you know, eBay I think is doing their thing on putting my listings out there in front of a lot of eyes. And like I said, I mean, 227,000 people have looked at my items. I've not ever gotten that kind of traffic to my store. So definitely, and you know, out of that, you know, I mean, I've had 2,000 clicks. So just absolutely great, you know, I mean, and that's translated into 34 sold items. You know, eBay gives me $30 a quarter. So really, this number here, the $63, which is pennies, is the way is peanuts, I guess, is the way I look at it to make $1,000. This is really only cost me $30 because, like I said, I get a $30 credit every quarter. So this is really only about $33 is what it's cost me to make this $930. So I'm basically about what, $890 some profit. Most all of my listings, I would say 90 probably % of everything I have on promoted listing, I only am running at 5%. Which is below where I would normally run the item if I put it on sale using Markdown Manager in my store. Anytime I run a sale, I never run a sale under 10%. So actually, the way I look at it, I'm money ahead if I would have been running a sale. You know, I mean, I'm actually 5% ahead if I would have been running a sale on my items. So even if I do run, you know, a 10% off sale in my store and something sells on a promotion, it's really only 15%. Typically 15% I'm okay with. The margins that I have on my items, you know, you guys notice, you know, pretty much what I sell stuff for. I'm okay with a 15%, you know, loss on an item. I have enough built into my sales and stuff like that I can absorb that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's where we are with that. You know, like I said, I wanted to show you where we're at. So if you guys, this is just my opinion on the whole promoted listings and what have you. You know, if you guys aren't opted into this program, and definitely opt into it. I think it's definitely worth it for y'all to start helping you increase some sales and what have you. I'm definitely excited for fourth quarter to start coming along, and hopefully that number really takes off. I will keep you probably updated from time to time on where I'm at with stuff, but pretty much I keep my whole store on running on promoted listings. So not everything sells on promoted listings, so I don't have to pay that extra fee on the items that don't sell on promoted. But the stuff that does, that's really the only thing I'm only paying an extra 5% on. So not a big deal for me, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to do it. Some of my sales over the past 2 weeks, like I said, it was about 30 items, I think. I tried to have a nice little variety of stuff in there. Definitely not all the stuff that I had sold, but just some of the things that I pick up and what have you. So I'll give you guys an idea of some things to look out for and what have you. Like I said, if you guys didn't catch the Reseller Six Pack Show, definitely tune into that. Watch it. It was a great video, or it was a great show last night on Tonya Thrifty Treasures channel. I will put a link to that in the description because I want you guys to definitely check that out. It's all about clothing, so if you guys are clothing sellers thinking about getting into selling clothing or what have you, there's a lot of good information in there. I'm thinking about probably the next time the shows make it circuit, probably doing a follow-up. I know we had some really good response to doing that program, so I will probably do the follow-up on my channel when it gets back around to me. Next week, it will be on Shane, Rise and Grind Picker, I believe. Sorry, Shane, if I butchered that up. I will put a link to your channel as well in the description. That's where the show will be next week. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Shane's channel, definitely go over there, subscribe, check him out, and what have you. Shane has some really great information and just some good videos and stuff like that for you guys to check out. He specializes a lot in vintage concert tees, just a lot of vintage stuff. I'm definitely learning a lot from him. In what have you, so I think you guys can all learn from him as well. So guys, definitely check out Shane's channel. But anyway, yeah, you guys like this sort of thing, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. I really don't care. It's all good one way or the other. But anyway, yeah, like I said, hope you all learned something and what have you. If you guys found this helpful and whatnot. So anyway, that's gonna do it. That's my time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, thumbs up. Bye, everybody.